We are unhauling more books today. I did this not too long ago. I didn't even show you guys what I unhauled, but I go to dust my shelves today and I'm just looking at my books and my bookshelf is pissing me off. So we are going to do a big unhaul in this video and I'm actually very excited for it. Working at Barnes & Noble was a blessing and a curse because, yeah, I got a 50% discount, but my book buying kind of went out of control and I'm such a mood reader. So, I was thinking about it. I love Lila Sage, her small town, cowboy romances, and I really liked it. So I was like, oh, I need all of the small town cowboy romances. And then guess what? I read a few and then I got sick of them. And yeah, some of them I would probably like to reread, but who knows when that time is going to spark, because I'm such a mood reader and I flip from genre to genre and get obsessed. I'm very, I can't even think of the word. I'm very hyper focused on things. I have fixations on things. And working at Barnes, I collected so many books. And honestly, looking at my shelves now, I don't think I'm going to read most of them. And working at the library, I've seen so many books that are on my shelf that we have in the library. So if I want to read those books, I can get them from the library, and I want to spend less money on books. So I think the best way to start this is to start with unhauling the books that I know I'm not going to pick up anytime soon or that I can get from the library and all of that. I've already done this a couple times since I've been in this house. So we're going to do one last one to make me happy. My shelves are a disaster right now, and I just don't like looking at them. There's books stacked on top of other books, and I just want to fix that. So let's do an unhaul today. I'll go over all of my shelves and what I have on them, and then we'll start at the unhaul process. Okay, we're first gonna look at my big shelf in my room. I have so many knickknacks and just books, and some of them aren't even on the shelves, and I need to fix that. I have an empty space up there. Those are some that I already got rid of, but my shelves are just bugging me. I don't like it. So this is my first big shelf. And then over here we have my my Heart is a Chainsaw books, which I love. My special editions, and then my original copies. And then look at this cool movie strip thing that I have that has a bunch of artwork from my Stephen Graham Jones books that I absolutely love. So this one's going to be all, I cannot think of it, classics. And then we have manga on both shelves. So I'm not touching the shelf at all. I'm leaving my classics, and then all of my manga and BL manga I want to read. I just haven't gotten to them yet. These are all the ones that I haven't read. So this shelf is basically just going to stay the same. All right, this is another shelf that's going to stay the same. All of those are my Stephen Graham Jones books right there, and then I have some more classics, and then Calabasas because I thought it looked good there. And then this is all of my Donmei and light novels. Those are all staying because I do want to read all of those, so we don't have to worry about that shelf. So at least 2 shelves we don't have to worry about. And then this is going to be my horror, thriller, and then fiction books. So I have all of my Twisted Retreat up here on the top, goes horror, and then it'll go into my mystery, thriller, and then down there is some of my fiction, and then nonfiction is over there. So this shelf probably won't get a ton taken off, but it's mainly just going to be this shelf and then this big shelf that I'm going through, and hopefully taking off a decent amount because I'm just tired of looking at them the way that they are. So let's get into clearing off these shelves and making my bookshelves something I love to look at again. Okay, I don't have the best lighting in my room, and my tripod doesn't go all the way up to like the top shelf. So I'll just bring down the ones that are on like the top and show you, and then we'll kind of like work our way down. This is the main shelving that we're probably going to have the most of. Not so much like my fantasy, but probably more of like my dark romance and all that stuff on the other side. So let's see if there's a few in here that I'm just not interested in. Okay, there's a couple that I see already that like they're actually newer books, but like I bought them because I kind of like saw the hype, but then I was like, actually, am I gonna read both of these books? Probably not. And I've seen both of them at the library recently. So if I have feeling that I want to read them, we will. And they are going to be Rose and Janes by Julie Soto and the Irresistible Urge to Fall for My Enemy. These are both like fantasy romance, and they're both like Hermione fanfic. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to get to these anytime soon. And I've heard good things about like this one. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but honestly, they'd be better in someone else's house. But yeah, I just picked them up because everyone was talking about them, and I was like, oh, I should read some Hermione fan fiction. Like, might as well. Look, I even still have the receipt. That shows you how much I actually cared about this book. So those are the first two we're getting rid of. Let's see. The other ones I have on here, I think on that top shelf are gonna be fine. Some of them I still want to read and give a chance to that I've been more drawn to. Another on this shelf that I can already see, I think we're gonna get rid of the Road of Bones and Kingdom of Claws. I started this one, but I never finished it. Like, it was okay at first, but it didn't like grip me. And if I want to read it, we'll get it on Kindle or something. But like, do I need these huge books on my shelf? No, I don't think I do. So another set down. I'll just stack them all on the floor for now. Alchemized, Anathema, and Nocticadia I just got, and also Book of Asriel. I can't talk. We're obviously keeping my Fourth Wing books. One that I'm still interested in is From Whom the Bell Tolls, and this is like the pretty special edition. This one I'm definitely keeping because it's a City of Brass, and it's like the new special edition, and I loved this series. I still haven't read the third book in this, so that's a thing. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This is a signed edition. Definitely going to keep this one. And then The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, because I've heard this one is good and I liked her other two books. So we're going to keep those. And then let's see if we can zoom down on the next shelf. So this one, I think most of them we're going to keep. We have Her Majesty's Royal Cover, and these are my fairy loot. This is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I love this series, and they started coming out with special editions. So I just picked this one up. All I need is the third one in this. The Hunger of the Gods trilogy, or is the Bloodsworn trilogy. I'm currently reading the first one, so I want to keep that. The Bone Season. Am I going to read this? I don't know. I don't even think it's finished yet, and she's rewriting all of them. And I think this would be one that I can just like pick up if I'm feeling in the mood for it. So actually, we're going to get rid of that one. Then we have my Dungeon Crawler Carl series, keeping that. We have Babel, which I'm keeping. And then this is my signed copy of The Ragpicker King. So I'm definitely keeping this. And then I do want to read Shield of Sparrows. And please don't mind the dust on these shelves because I was going to dust, but then I figured let's get rid of books first. So up here I have my Swordcatcher and Chris Lander and The Ragpicker King in my paperback versions because I was annotating this one and I plan to annotate this one, but I obviously don't want to annotate my signed copy, so we'll just put it up there. Kings of the Wild I just picked up, so I'm gonna keep that one. We'll also put it up here for a minute. Okay, and then we have The Way of Kings, The Raven Scholars, Rage of Dragon, Mask of Mirrors, and the Jessod Crown, which I'm keeping. The Will of the Many I am keeping. And then we get into some that I'm like, do I want them? So this Monster of Mine, I don't even know what this one is. Honestly, I might get rid of this one because I don't tend to like gravitate towards this one, and like, why keep it? If I want to read it, I know where to get it. Kindle Limited, library, whatever. This is one that I got on a book signing, and it's like witchy, and this is gorgeous. So I might keep this and try and read it, but I don't gravitate towards this one anyway. So we'll keep it for now, but it's definitely one that I'm like not super interested in. And this one is Order of Chimera. Do I even? Is this one signed too that I got at a signing? I don't even know. And I don't even remember a lot of this. So let's just get rid of this one too. We're keeping The Dread Descendant because that is one that's been on my shelf that I wanted to read. We're keeping The Black Prison by Brent Weeks. I have read this one, but I still need to finish the rest of the series. This Book Wouldn't Burn, keeping Jade City. We're keeping Human Rights is the third one to like Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I just don't have the special edition. Bone Chips is a newer one that I want to keep. And then down on the next shelf, we have The Lies of Locke-Mora. I recently read this and I did enjoy it. So we'll keep that. We have Heavenly Bodies, which everyone seems to love, which we'll keep. Exquisite Ruin is an option to get rid of. Okay, maybe we'll keep this one for now, but if I don't pick it up within like the next year or so, we might get rid of this one. We're going to keep The Lies of Locke-Mora. We have Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I think I've tried to read this a couple times, but I didn't know if I was in the mood for it. But also, the library has it, so maybe I'll get rid of this one. The Empress I just bought. The Burning Gods by R.F. Kuang. I need to read this book this year. It's on my 25 for 2025. So that's staying. The Raid of Roses by Kate Golden is staying. Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I feel like I picked this up and then I don't know if I'm actually ever going to read it. I know it's kind of like a horror-esque, sci-fi-ish kind of novel. Like, I picked it up for the cover because I know a lot of people like it. But, like, am I going to read this? I don't think so. Wild is The Witch. This is like a YA, like, witchy vibe book, and I think I'm going to keep this one. Okay, The Dagger and the Flame is a YA fantasy, and I've heard people like this one, but ever since I bought it, like, I picked it up like once and I wasn't in the mood for it, and I know we have this one at the library, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one too. Defiant is the last in the Skyward series that I need to finish. Love at Second Sight is like a paranormal romance, so I might keep that one. And The Shattered City is another one that I need to finish. In what series is this called? I don't even remember. The Last Magician series, and I love that series. I just need to finish it. This one is The Darkness Within Us. I read the first one and I enjoyed it, and then she came and did a signing at Barnes, so I did get this one while she was there. I don't know if it's signed to me or if it's just signed. Okay, this one is Be Ruthless. So this one might be a maybe because it isn't personally signed to me. So I'll put this one aside and do like a decide if I want to do this. Okay, this shelf we're gonna start from the bottom because I don't want to put my tripod up yet while I'm already down here. This I feel like we're gonna get a lot. This is like mainly contemporary romance, and I've never been a contemporary romance person, but there's been like some and like the hype and everyone loves them type of thing. And of course, we get into that hype. So this might all, at least a decent portion of them might be going. So let's start on this side. So this one is The Dollmaker by Morgan Shammy. I did get this one when she was at a signing, and it is dedicated to me. So I think we're going to keep this one for now. I'm going to read it and then see if I like it. Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I feel like this is just like a contemporary about like younger kids. And I mean, look how big this is. Am I going to read this? Is it on Kindle? I believe so. So I think we're going to get rid of this. This is where I'm going to be really ruthless because honestly, am I going to read them? So My Funny Demon Valentine is a gorgeous book. Like, this looks amazing, but it's more of like a contemporary romance about like a demon and falling in love and stuff like that. And I don't think it's going to be for me. And if I want to read it, I know where I can get it. This one is going to stay That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human because I've loved all of these books. They're funny, they're fantasy-esque, and they were just so much fun to read. And this is the last one in that series, I think, that I need to read. So we're keeping this one. Okay, so the next we have is Dating and Dismemberment. It says a monster romance full of camp humor and camp murder is everything that I've ever wanted, is like the blurb on it. And I don't know. I think this one is gonna go on the maybe pile, and I'm gonna read the back and see if I want to read this, but this could be going. We will find out here in a little bit. Okay, so I love Elle Kennedy, and I loved I forgot what it's called, but I love her other series. But I've had these since I read that series, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to get to these. So let's just get rid of them. I was going to be like maybe in the maybe pile, but I think we're going to get rid of these because I don't think I'm going to pick them up. I can find them somewhere else if I really want them. The Pucking Wrong Number. I do love a good hockey romance. So we're keeping this one. And then we also have Pucked by Helen Hunting, which is another hockey romance. We'll keep this one. Maybe we'll try to get to them here soon and then see if I actually want to keep them. Okay. Happy Place by Emily Henry. Everyone loves this. I think I tried reading it, and honestly, I've read one by her or two, and I've liked them enough, but not enough to keep them on my shelves. So we'll just borrow this from the library if I ever decide that I want to read this one. These two Carly Fortune books, they are her last two releases. I found them at like a thrift store for like 25 cents. So I picked them up. But honestly, am I going to read them? No. And they would do better in like a different home, I think. This one I've had for quite a while. This is Before We Were Strangers. And like they had like some kind of relationship and then they didn't follow through. I heard this was like a sad one, and that's why I picked this one up because I wanted like a sad romance at the time. But it's also been sitting on my shelf for like 3 or 4 years now. So I honestly don't think I'm going to get to this one, unfortunately. Okay, then we get to Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I read her other series and I enjoyed it okay. I started this one and just was not feeling it. Like, it was fine. It's definitely Elsie Silver vibe and all of that stuff, but I'm not. And then we have a few cowboy romances, which I think I'm going to keep. So we have Cash, we have Holding the Reins, and then Riding the High, which is in the same series as Holding the Reins. We're definitely keeping Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage because I love this series. This is the last one in it, and I don't know why I have not read it yet. The next one is funny. So I bought this as a joke. I'm going to annotate it, and it's just going to be a fun for laughs, and it's Get Out of My Swamp. This is a like Shrek romance tale, and I just thought it was hilarious. So that one's staying. Vow of Revenge. I think this is the dark romance, but I don't remember. So we're going to put this in the maybe pile. And then we have I got abducted by aliens, and now I'm trapped in a rom-com. This is by Kimberly Lemming, the same one that does The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human. So I'm keeping this because she's super funny. Then we have Ensnared, and this is by Rebecca Quinn. I don't remember what this was about, so we're going to put this in the maybe pile for now. And then we're going to go to the next shelf. See, these are two. So I just bought these ones. I bought Bourbon and Lies and The Poisoner. The Poisoner has been on my TBR for a while, and they just traditionally published, and I really like it. And this one sounded good, so we're going to try those out. So the next one we have is One Cursed Rose. And I don't remember if this is Mafia or what, but we're going to put this in the maybe pile and read the synopsis and then decide on this later. We have Ghost, which is a dark romance, and I bought this one a year or two ago. I definitely think I want to keep this one. We're keeping the last two Anna Huang books from the Envy series, or the Kings of whatever series, because these are the last two in it, and I want to finish that series, and I actually pretty much enjoyed this entire series so far. Another one we are keeping is Falls Boys by Penelope Douglas. I love Penelope Douglas, and I love her dark romances, so we're keeping those. I have to get more comfortable. This is annoying. We're keeping my H.D. Carlton because, of course. Pen Pal, we're going to put in the maybe because I heard a lot of people love this. So we're going to look at reviews and see. But for now, it's going on the maybe pile. My Dark Romeo. I love LJ Shen a lot, but I heard people hated this book. And I'm not a fan of this cover. So if I ever decide that I want to read this book, I'll just get it on my Kindle. But yeah, this one's going to go. These LJ Shen books, so we have Scandalous and Bane, which are in the same series, and I love this series, so I'm definitely keeping those. Pretty Reckless, I believe, is a series after that, and I want to at least try this one because I love her like darker taboo romances. We have another Penelope Douglas that I have not read yet for some reason. We're keeping that. Charming Devil, I don't remember exactly what this one's about, so we're also going to put this one aside for the maybe pile. Leave Me Behind is one that I just picked up. I think it's like contemporary, like Assassins, something like that, but it sounded interesting, so we'll keep this on the shelf for now. I also got People Watching Well, like this fall, because everyone was talking about it. I might give this a try, and then if I'm not feeling it bendy enough, I'm just dropping it. We have another Lila Sage book, which I want to read. It's a small town romance, and our main character can see ghosts. So that one's going to stay. Spellcaster is another one that I recently got that I'm definitely just going to keep for now. And then Filthy Rich Fae. I don't know if I'm going to like this. And I don't remember everything that it's about, so we are going to put this off to the side for now. All right, we are on the next shelf up. We'll do the top one first. Rejected. I just bought this one. We'll keep this one for now. We have our special edition of The Secret Girl at Addison All Boys Academy. I love her and her Why Chooses, so of course we're keeping that. Wildfire, I bought it on a whim because it's gorgeous and like look at that. But honestly, this is going to be a no for me, I think. And I literally see this everywhere. So I'll be able to find it if I actually decide that I want to read it. So that's no. Archer's Voice, I do want to read, and I got this from A Secret Santa, and I do like this, so we're keeping that. We got Taurus Season, which is the new Bren Weaver. We're keeping that. We're keeping my arc of Enigma by Runix because I've loved her. We're keeping the Mindfuck series. I borrowed this from my friend, so I eventually need to get that back to her. Then we have Lights Out and Caught Up. We're keeping that. Kiss of the Basilisk, we're keeping. dark romance, weird vibes. So we're going to keep that one. Sacrifice by Chantal Tessier, one of my favorite, like, dark romance. So we're keeping that one. Finding and Keeping 13, I don't know if I'm going to like this series, but I do want to try it out. So we're going to keep these two. Full Tilt, I think I bought this on a whim one time. It's like a Rockstar something or other. So I don't think I'm going to actually get to this one. And I think it's on Kindle. So we're going to get rid of this as well. We are keeping Hexed. This is the last book in this series. And I need to read it soon, actually. The Wall of Winnipegamy, I'm keeping. I've liked some of her other books before. I just haven't started this one because also it's a monster and it's more like a contemporary book, not my favorite. And then Bad Bishop by L.J. Shen. And I love her dark romances. So we're obviously keeping that, and it's new. For this shelf, I don't know how many we'll be getting rid of. It's mainly my dark romance, and dark romance tends to be my favorite kind of romance. But I guess we'll see. First thing, there's a few that I know I'm getting rid of just because they're on Kindle. And ever since I bought these like 3 years ago, I have not wanted to pick them up. So we're going to get rid of these three. So let's go. The first one is The American Queen. Then it goes American Prince. Then it goes American King. And I like Sierra Montsmo before. This one I think is it's not really a love triangle, but they're all in a relationship together. And I know I can get these on Kindle. I just picked these up because they had the indie editions and I liked them, but also they're heavy and I've had no desire to pick them up yet. So these are going to be the first ones gone on this shelf. And then I think I'm going to keep The Wrong Heart and Dark Notes for now. Sinner and Salt Kiss. I don't know about these ones because I've had this one forever and I have not wanted to pick it up. And Salt Kiss, I'm like, I don't know either. Falling in love with a husband and his wife, torture. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Do I want these two? That's still real. And like, look at this cover with the men on the cover. Maybe I'll just get rid of them and read them on Kindle. But it's hard to decide. Maybe they've been sitting. I think these ones have been on. This one for sure has been on there pretty long time. So let's just do it. Let's just get rid of them. We're going to be harsh today. Eyes on Me and Give Me More by Sarah Kate. I did like the first few in the series that I read, so I think I'll keep these for now. Kiss the Villain by Rena Kent. I think I'm just going to keep all of my Rena Kent until I read these because I want to read this sometime this year. A Ruin of Rose by K.F. Bree. I think I'm going to get rid of this. This is one of like the first dark romance books that I picked up, and it's been sitting on my shelf that whole time. And I never once have reached for this book. So this has to go. The Rogue King. I bought this not too long ago, so we'll keep it for now. Soul of a Witch. We're keeping one of my favorite series. Beautiful Villain. This is like a Great Gatsby kind of like romance story, so we're going to keep that one. And then House of Beating Wings. I don't remember what this is about, so let's put this one in the maybe pile. And then the next shelf, I need to take you off my tripod so you can see it, but I already did a lot of unhauling of that shelf. So let's go over that last shelf in just a second. Okay, so this shelf up here is mainly my young adult type books. So like I have the new Cassandra Clare, Twilight, Curse of the Reaper. These are the only ones that I've decided to keep, the ones that I'm actually interested in. The only one that I'm like can't semi thinking about getting rid of is this one, but it is also signed by the author, so I might keep it for now. But the rest of these are ones that I wanted to keep. I got rid of a bunch of my young adult books because there is a girls' home here where I live, and they're always in the library. They're always coming in to get books. So I got a lot of like the age appropriate books, and I'm taking them like a huge stack of books because I think they would definitely enjoy it more than I would. So that is what we're going to do. But so far, this shelf, as I trip over books, so far, this shelf is looking much better. Like, I have more room for books, and I think that's what I wanted. And most of them I'm more excited for. And then we'll pan over to this. There is quite a few over here, but honestly, I think I'm going to keep most of those for now. I might go through them really quick without you and then see if there's anything else. And then I will get my stack of books that I'm unhauling together and show you how many that I decided on, and also go through the ones that I'm unsure about. Okay, this is the box, and it's already pretty full already. And then I have those ones. And then I have this stack that they pulled out from over there, so I'll go through those before I put them in a box. But so far, this is good. So let me finish packing up these ones, and then we'll go over the other ones that I found. I am not going to go into detail on the other books that I'm getting rid of. Maybe like a comment or whatever. But we have our last stack. Oh, and I should have counted them. I will count them after I go for this stack too to see how many I actually got rid of. But let's get in the ones that I have so far. So we have Stephen King, the Shawshank Redemption. I'm not a Stephen King person. It came from the Megaplex. I did enjoy this. I'm not going to read it again. Payback Girls. This is a YA mystery thriller that I'm just not going to get to. Beautiful Boy is from the dad's perspective. From the book Tweak, it's a real story about a guy that struggles with addiction, and this is his dad's point of view. I did read this. It was very enjoyable. I'm not going to read it. One of the arcs that I randomly pick up, A Killer Potential. If I want to read it, library. Same with This Girl's a Killer. You know, it's been on my shelf for a while, and it's big for thrillers. So, Cultish, language of I can't talk today, but I did read this. This was a very interesting book. We have Goth. This is a Japanese horror. I tried to read this one and it just didn't interest me. We have The Employees. I did try to start this too and I was just not feeling it. So, and then we have the arc for Wild Reverence. I read the first book. I don't even remember what it's called, but in like her YA duology, it was okay, not my favorite. People say this one's better, but like I don't care. Ring Shout, this one was really good. I just know that I'm not going to reread it. This one I haven't read, and it's A Sunny Place for Shady People. This is a short story collection. I believe it is horror. Horror short story collections aren't my favorite, and my library has it. I also have a horror movie by Paul Tremblay. I think I tried to start this once and didn't read it. So I know this is at the library. So when I get the feeling that I want to read it, I will. And then the last one is going to be Heads Will Roll. This is like a retreat for addicts or people that are having a hard time or whatever, and people start dying. I did start this one, but I like never continue it. So I figured I might as well pass it on to someone else and I can pick it up back up in the future. So that is all the books that I'm getting rid of. I'm going to do a quick count of these to let you know how many I'm getting rid of, but I'm super proud of myself. I think, like I said earlier, all of like my YA younger reads are going to a local girls' home here. And if you're donating stuff and you have some of that stuff, maybe look out for those or people in like foster care and stuff, because they will always take books and stuff like that too. So it's another good cause other than just like your library and little free libraries. It's something that will make their day, because I asked them when they were in the library last if they would want some of these books, and the girls got so excited. So it made me feel good to be able to like give them something, because the lady that was with them said all they ever do is read. And so I think it'd be nice for them to have their own little collection at the group home. So let me count all the books and I will be right back. Also, look how much better this shelf looks. There's nothing. And then I have pretty much a full shelf and a little bit of shelf over there. And I'm super happy with that. It looks so great. All right, in total, I unhauled 48 books. And that's not counting the books that I grabbed for the group home and the last 2 times I unhauled books. So I think I'm close to 70 or 80 books with all the other books that I've unhauled recently and just haven't shown you guys. So that makes me feel much better because I had 320 something on my TBR. And I'm like, do I actually have any feelings towards some of these? Which was a no. So I feel so much better because the books in my room right now are literally only my physical TBR. All the books that I've read and stuff are still in storage because I just don't have a place for them at the moment. So having a little bit less books and room for books if I bring more in will help. But this year I'm really trying to use my local library because I work at a library and it just makes things easier. And if I'm not filling the book at that moment, return it, check it back out later. Your library is the perfect community resource. You can go in and check out books for free. You can get a library card for free. You can use Libby for free and get audiobooks and ebooks. It's just the way to go when especially if you're a mood reader like me. You don't have to waste money on books. You don't have to have a huge library. I know most of us want a library, but having the books that I like and I enjoy on my shelves is much more satisfying than having a bunch of books that I look at and know that I'm I don't really like those or I'm never going to read them. So I implore anyone to just go to your local library, buy books if you want to. There's no pressure from anyone. You do what makes you feel good about yourself and don't have a problem unhauling books because it's a natural thing too. If you feel you're just keeping these books because, oh, I spent money on them, oh, this or that, empower yourself to get rid of those books because it's a freeing feeling getting rid of some books and just having more room and getting rid of the things that you don't like. Because a lot of the times I'll look at stuff, I'm like, that does not make me happy. And then it shifts my mood. So just empower yourself to do the things that you want. If you want all the books, get all the books. If you want to unhaul books, unhaul books. And I know all of these are going to go to some place and someone will love them. Most of them are going to go to the library book sale that is happening here within the next month or two. So I know someone will like them and the money will go to a good cause. So, and we also take books, when we're doing the library sales, we put some of books aside for the little free libraries. So here we work really well at the library. One of my coworkers, he does a really good job with picking out books that he thinks would be great for those little free libraries and then taking them and putting them in there, especially kids books and stuff that is relevant that kids would like. So yeah, I'm unhauling a bunch of books from my library, but I know they're going to be used and loved. And that's what makes me happy too about unhauling. I don't find it a waste. I know it'll go to someone good, especially the ones I'm taking to the girls' home. It might change their life and getting stuff because they're not as fortunate as everyone else. And they weren't like me as a child where it didn't matter what it was. My parents would always buy me books. Other things I'd be maybe not, but books, they were willing to put money towards that because they knew it was good for my brain, it was good for all of this stuff. And I want other young girls that aren't as fortunate to have that same experience I did because books really changed my life in a good way. And they're just helpful with mental health, with just all sorts of things. So it makes me really happy that I can donate to them. And in the future, if I find more books, I will probably put some more together and take them over there. So yeah, that's kind of what spurred my moment of getting rid of even more books. Even though I'm yeah, I can't take them to them, but it'll make me feel better and someone else will find something that they love. But that is going to be all for this unhaul. I feel so much better. If unhauling is something you've been wanting to do but are scared to do, I say just go for it because you'll feel better in the end. It does take a lot of work and time to do it, but it is definitely worth it in the end. So yeah, I will see you guys all next week for a new video. And please comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Happy reading.